I decided to start this creative inquiry project because a number of years ago, when I was a classroom teacher, I came across a story in a book. The book was called Journeying, and the article was called The Jolly Postman Delivers, and it was about children writing books, writing letters to each other, and the books that they were reading were books about letters. And so I thought it would be a great idea for creative inquiry for groups of children, such as these first graders, to write letters to Clemson buddies in my creative inquiry project to talk about books that they had read together, or books that they had each read, and to communicate about the books, to think about responses to the books, literary responses, and to further develop the children's comprehension about the books. This project, I think, also has done a number of things that I'd really not thought about. We've seen a great change in the children's writing development, their growth as writers, their motivation to read and write, because they're writing to someone who's going to be a captive audience, and they've really developed a strong relationship with their buddy, and they're very happy each week to be able to write that letter and tell the buddy about the book that we've been reading. So it's been, I think, an enjoyable project for everyone involved. The Clemson students have learned a great deal about children's writing and also about children's literary responses as well.
Are we supposed to take this letters home?
Do you remember the story of Peter the Rabbit? How he went to the garden and got some trouble.
You're not in school. What do you like to do? I like to read in the back. Yeah.
It's a story that was called Mice. And one of the little mice that made mice name was Owen. I started to get a lot. His neighbors were making to get rid of his wife. So he started to say, sorry that was?
to write to my buddy because it's cool how we like write back and forwards. I like when Dr. Fullerton reads us books. That's fun. One time she read us Whistle for Willie. That's my favorite.
Why is that your favorite?
Because it reminds me the first time I tried to whistle. I couldn't do it at first, just like Peter couldn't, but then I got it.
My favorite book was Whistle for Willie because I couldn't whistle one time and I got mad at myself, so my dog didn't hear me because we were outside and I was jump roping, so my dog didn't hear me while I was whistling.
You need to start with dear friend, and then you can say something like your favorite part or the solution and the problem.
You can write about your favorite character.
You could write about the problem, and the problem you had to fix it.
When I think about the connections, I think of what they mean and stuff like that. And pretty much, so far, some of the connections from the Ezra Jack Keats books are it's like Willie in A Letter to Amy. Nola, my dog, he won't stop following me. And the second one is my balloon. I was playing with it one day, and it was from The Letter to Amy too. And I was playing with my balloon one day, and it was raining, and I came outside to like play with it, and then it accidentally slipped out of my hand.
And that was a connection you made to the story.
Mm-hmm.
Did you write about that in your letter?
Yes.
What do you write to your buddy about?
Well, things how the illustrations are drawn, how good are they, what's the story about, what we read that day, and lots of other things about the book, like what happened in the story, what setting was it in, the main idea, and, well, you might not want to forget first and next in line.
I liked it because I get to tell them about the books and all the stories in the books and all the books that we have read, and I like to write them because I like to write to them and talk to them on my paper, like say words so I can tell them what book we have done and all that.
What was your favorite book?
It was A Letter to Tooth Fairy. Mine was the same thing what Daya said. Because it was really fun because it had letters in it.
Hi, Cat. Dear Mr. Blueberry.
Dear Tooth Fairy. Goggles.
Dear Tooth Fairy.
The Jolly Crispin.
Picture.
Goggles. Dear Bear.
Dear Tooth Fairy.
Dear Tooth Fairy. Dear Tooth Fairy.